This is Keep the Faith Ministry News. I'm Hal Mayer. European Union Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker said the UN needs a military headquarters to work toward a common military force in his annual State of the Union address in Strasbourg. The lack of a permanent structure means money is wasted on missions, he said. He also called for Brexit negotiations to take place as quickly as possible. The Brexit vote has given added impetus to plans for greater defense cooperation. Because the UK has been a major military contributor to the EU and because the UK has always objected to the potential conflict of interest with NATO. Mr. Juncker said a common military force should be in complement to NATO. Though all members of the EU have military forces, some with extensive experience in operations abroad, how to organize these component parts to get greater security is the question. To do so requires the EU to be involved. Juncker wants to strengthen EU command and control facilities and appears to suggest that coordinating civil and military aspects should be run from the same headquarters. Since 2003, the EU has launched some 30 civilian and military operations in Europe, Africa, and Asia under the Common Security and Defense Policy. 16 are still ongoing. UK Prime Minister Theresa May distanced herself from the idea that Britain remaining in the single market would be very improbable if it meant giving up control of British borders. Mr. Juncker admitted the EU was facing an existential crisis. The drumbeat of nationalist, Eurosceptic populism reverberates around the continent. Public trust in the establishment is low because of the Brexit and warned that splits in the Union had left space for galloping populism. The European project continues. Let's choose to look forward. Be positive, Juncker said. Public trust in the establishment is low, whether traditional politicians, bankers, or EU bureaucrats. The drumbeat of nationalist, Eurosceptic populism reverberates around the continent. So Mr. Juncker gave 3 points to help mitigate the effect of the populism against the elite. Number 1, maintain stability and share the burden of economic downturn. Number 2, create solidarity in the Union. Number 3, promote security by strengthening the EU's borders and promoting greater cooperation between member states, as well as greater military centralization. Juncker urged a renewed focus on the EU as a driving force that can bring the Roman Empire and its military arm into prominence once again. And I saw one of his heads, as it were, wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. Revelation 13, verse 3. This is Keep the Faith Ministry News. Thank you for watching.